Well, hello there guys, and welcome to this video. As you can tell by the title of the video, I've got very exciting news. I have created two cocktails that have been chosen to go on the Gin of the Month for where I work for next month, the month of June. The gin it's based on is Ondina, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but this video is going to be talking about the gin, the two cocktails that I made, the inspiration from them, and the history behind the inspiration, as well as how to make them. So without further ado, let's head up the stairs and we'll get started. Come on. So, welcome. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the gin itself. So we're looking at Ondina, which is an Italian gin. This gin is often described as the spirit of the Italian Riviera. Produced by the same makers of Campari, this is a very well-balanced gin of herbs and Italian spices, mostly focusing on the basil, fresh thyme, juniper, black pepper and lemon verbena. Wonderfully rich, wonderfully fresh. This is great for this season and this sort of weather when you're looking for something just a little bit more refreshing, just a little bit more sort of something to whet your taste buds, especially when you're going out for dinner. Moving on to the different inspirations of the cocktails, the classic cocktails that inspired the cocktails that I've chosen. There were two that I had in mind. The first one was the Tom Collins, and the second one was the Bronx. So, starting with the Tom Collins, a little bit about that one. There's actually a lot of confusion around the origin of the Tom Collins. It first made an appearance in 1876 in Jerry Thomas's edition of the Bartender's Handbook. Now what's interesting about this is Jerry Thomas would have known about the New York hoax of the Tom Collins hoax. The whole hoax sort of originated in 1874, where in New York there was a big thing around the name of Tom Collins. Now, what would generally happen is someone would go up to a stranger or somebody they may know not very well and ask them if they knew of someone called Tom Collins. The person would then insist that they did not, and then the original person would then say that a person called Tom Collins not very far away, either around the corner or in another local bar, was speaking about this person, either illy or just in general saying that they were looking for them. After a bit of back and forth, they would insist that this person was desperately talking about them or desperately to see them, and then encourage the other person to act foolishly by going and looking for this mythical person. Now, although there are some hints at the Tom Collins before the Tom Collins hoax, there's no actual definitive original origin of who made it or where it originated from, but the first true documented case was in the Jerry Thomas Handbook in 1876. The Jerry Thomas instructions are as followed. Take 5 or 6 dashes of gummies, juice of small lemon, 1 large wine glass of gin, 2 to 3 lumps of ice, shake up well and strain into a large bar glass. Fill up with the plain soda water and drink while it is still light. Not long after the New York hoax of Tom Collins actually died down and the actual drink Tom Collins appeared and became much more popular, eventually in the early 1900s it would die down in popularity. In the 1920s, a young student journalist would later do an article on old traditional cocktails and would later go on to state, the origin of the Tom Collins remains to be established. The historians of alcoholism, like the philologists, have neglected them, but the essentially American character of this and other drinks is obvious, despite the fact that numbers have gone over into England. The English, in naming their drinks, commonly display a far more limited imagination. Seeking a name, for example, for a mixture of whiskey and soda water, and the best they could achieve was whiskey and soda water. The Americans, introduced to the same drink, at once gave it the far more original name of This is a very old drink that really does date back to the 1800s. It's one of the very sort of more earlier ones of cocktails to kind of appear, though we don't really know where it appears from. There is evidence that it comes back from even the early 1810s, though it wasn't really kind of made known to the public really well into the 1870s, sorry. And this kind of influenced the first cocktail that I designed, and I ended up calling it a Bloody Collins. Now for this particular drink, I went with the whole freshness idea of the month and what was particularly in season. So I went with the fundamentals of how to make a Tom Collins and the idea of that, and then I went on and created it using a herbal one and really gave it a new sort of life. Now for this particular drink, you need tomato juice, of course the Ondina gin, Grand Marnier, and then just a top up of double Dutch watermelon and cucumber tonic. What I love about this is with the measurements, the tomato is not too overpowering, it's just a hint, just to give you that nice sort of fresh summer feel. And the watermelon cucumber really give it a really nice juiciness and replace with the soda water. When it's mixed all together, you shake it over ice and you strain it into a Collins glass and you top it up. After you garnish it with the mint sprig, it gives it a really, really nice kind of like what you're looking for in a hot summer's day. Now, the second one, as I mentioned, was the Bronx, which originates from New York. Now, this particular drink is essentially a perfect martini with orange. In 1934, it ranked third in the world's most famous cocktails. What's interesting about this is its really close competitor was the Classic Martini, which ranked first. It was not that far away from the Classic Martini. Ranking in second was the Manhattan. Now, this particular drink is one of 5 cocktails that are named after a New York borough. Along with the Manhattan, you have the Bronx, of course it's a cocktail, and 3 others, which are the only cocktails in the world that are named after the New York boroughs. This particular cocktail was actually invented before the American Prohibition in the early 1900s. Now, the actual origin has various sources. There is more than one source. One source relates it to Joseph F. Sormoney. Now, there's 2 sources that are related back to that, as it was served to 2 people who diary entered it and stated that he had invented it. Now, the other source is to Johnny Solon. Now, he was a bartender at the Manhattan Hotel, and this is actually slightly earlier dated than the previous aforementioned bartender, and there's only one record of this person serving it. However, there is a slightly older menu with the Bronx cocktail on it, which possibly indicates that Johnny did not invent it either, and that it was already around, possibly a collaboration by other bartenders prior to Johnny working at the Manhattan. So once again, this is a relatively fresh cocktail, and I really went with the sort of freshness of the season, and for this one I replaced some of the ingredients, and I went with Sauvignon Blanc wine, dry vermouth, light ginger juice, and of course warm red gin. So again, after shaking it, I then strain it into a really chill champagne coupe and garnish it with orange wine to really give it that nice zesty freshness. This is a really, really fantastic drink, which is very, very light, very easy to drink, and it's just got a lot of character in there without being too much. This could be great to start a meal with, have during meal, or even finish it off if you want just something really palate cleansing. It's just so easy to drink, and it's great for those hot weathers where you don't want too much going on and you just need something really, really refreshing. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 2 cocktails that have been chosen for the next gin of a month at my workplace. If you would like to taste them, do come on down to Mr. Fogg's and have a taste of them. It'd be great to see you and have you guys trying it, and please do leave a comment if you do come and try, or do sort of share with your friends to come down and try it, and do give me feedback of them. I'm always looking to improve and always looking to learn. That's it for me for this video, and I will see you on the flip side in the next video. I'm not sure what the next video will be. It will either be about Queen Mary Tudor, or it will be about Mary Worth, or it will be reviewing a book. I'm not sure which one I will do. If you would like to see anything else specific, do let me know. If not, I will see you in the next video. Bye!